The Ministry and Department of Education have launched an investigation into a fight among students of the Charlestown Secondary School on Wednesday, May 24th. Premier the Honourable Mark Brantley, who addressed the matter at his May 30th press conference, said the investigation is ongoing.
I have in front of me a report submitted by the principal, and in terms of the actions that have been taken, the young lady who was assaulted, her guardian was contacted and informed of the incident. The next day, the other students that were involved were placed on initial suspension. Their parents and guardians were contacted and informed. And then the students on the entire corridor were cautioned not to have a further interference with the young lady and to desist from any behavior of this nature. The investigations are continuing, and we have asked the students to meet with the counseling unit to forge a path forward in alleviating the prevalence of aggression in some of our students. Students will be given strong warnings during general devotions on Friday, that is last Friday, and the counselors will engage in sessions with all students.
Premier Brantley emphasized that the Nevis Island administration supports and promotes safe schools.
It is absolutely critical that we have a safe environment for our students to learn. And when parents take their children and drop them off at our schools, they should feel comfortable that their students are in a safe environment. We take the safety and security of our students very seriously. We apologize sincerely to the family of this young lady for this unfortunate occurrence. And we hope that through counseling and through the efforts that are going to be made going forward, that incidents such as these can be avoided in the future. We must all work at it, but let me emphasize that the responsibility is not only for our schools. Our parents must also do their job and must also teach their children about conflict resolution and how to handle themselves, particularly in public.
Premier the Honourable Mark Brantley. Premier the Honourable Mark Brantley says the passage of the Nevis Island Administration Civil Proceedings Amendment Bill 2023 and the Crown Proceedings Amendment Bill 2023 in the National Assembly of St. Kitts and Nevis is significant for the island of Nevis. Both bills were passed in the National Assembly on Thursday, May 25th.
In August, of 2022, the Court of Appeal rendered a decision in a case called Ocean Reef against the Nevis Island Administration, which startled the entire legal fraternity, because for the very first time, after nearly 40 years of independence and the existence of the NIA, we heard for the very first time that the Nevis Island Administration lacked the legal standing to sue or be sued in civil proceedings. Now that is a remarkable conclusion that was arrived at by the Court of Appeal, given that the Nevis Island Administration has routinely sued and has been sued, and that there are matters going as high as the very Court of Appeal involving the Nevis Island Administration, which have been addressed and adjudicated upon without issue. What made it even more remarkable is that the issue of the legal and juridical standing of the NIA was not an issue at all in that case. What went before the Court of Appeal was a simple question of whether a default judgment entered against the NIA by Ocean Reefs should be set aside. That was the issue. The court decided on its own volition to embark on this exercise of determining the legal and juridical standing of the NIA to sue or be sued. And notwithstanding that Section 106 of our Constitution gives the NIA exclusive responsibility in the island of Nevis for a host of matters, the court nevertheless came to the conclusion that even in relation to those matters, if we sued or wanted to sue, we had to do that through the federal government and the Honorable Attorney General.
At his Tuesday, May 30th press conference, Premier Brantley explained the significance of the bills.
Through consultation, discussions as between the Attorney General's office and the office of our legal advisor, we were able to come up with these two very short but significant bills, the Nevis Island Administration Civil Proceedings Bill and the Crown Proceedings Act Amendment Bill. And what those two bits of legislation did last week, Thursday, was to make it clear that the Nevis Island Administration had and has the authority to sue and be sued. And it went further to say that if anyone is suing the Nevis Island Administration, then the entity to be served is the legal department. And where you're suing a specific officer, then you can serve that officer.
Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mac Brantley.
Yes, they are all winners in my books, but only one young lady can be crowned the first ever Miss Earth Princess. And that young lady has taken this pageant by a storm this evening. It is Miss Kejane Hill from Nevis Academy with 1,106 points. Miss Kejane Hill.
The first Miss Earth Princess Kejane Hill captured the title by amassing a total of 1,106 points. She secured the title of Best Speech with a total of 217 points, Best Creative Wear with 248 points, Best Evening Wear with 171 points, and Best Question and Answer with 218 points.
Climate change is happening at such an alarming rate that the United Nations declared that in 10 years, the Earth will be 1.5 degrees warmer than predicted. The global population has tripled in the last 70 years. We are creating havoc on the Earth. We practice deforestation. We burn more fossil fuels like oil, coal, and natural gas. And we eat more meat products. These actions have created the greenhouse effect, which is the cause of more severe droughts, floods, storms, the melting of Arctic ice, the rising sea levels, the disappearance of coastlines, and soon entire island nations.
The first runner-up spot went to Maisha Jeffers of the Montessori Academy, who amassed a total of 1,062 points. She caught the title for Best Performing Talent, securing 255 points, and also received the award for Miss Photogenic.
She didn't deserve this, and all I is to blame. Everything I take for granted, the burning of fossil fuel, such as coal, oil, and gas, produces carbon dioxide, a powerful greenhouse gas that blanket the good Mother Earth and trap the sun heat causing climate change, such as storms, rainfall that threaten our food production. Since May start, all I hearing is, we're experiencing a heat wave. Well, the heat wave not done yet. Now slow, reasonable across the complex stage. Miss Sweat, let me go to menopause.
The second runner-up spot went to Zenobia Johnson of the Ivor Walters Primary School, who scored a total of 1,003 points. The third runner-up spot went to Aleja Hendrickson with a total of 1,002 points. A total of 7 primary schools on the island participated in the first Miss Earth pageant, including the Maud Cross Preparatory, represented by Angenique Pemberton, Charlestown Primary, represented by Shahidra Daniel, and Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School, represented by Zakia Stapleton. The show was hosted as part of the New River Farmers Cooperative's anniversary celebrations. The hosts for the evening's show were Janie Keynes and Decil Hamilton.
Report OECS is a digital platform that was designed by UNICEF, and it is currently being managed by the OECS Commission across the 9 protocol member states. And the Report OECS is really a digital space for young persons to finally get the opportunity to voice their concerns, to voice their opinions on matters that matter to them, issues that matter to them the most, issues that they care about. So it's really this bridging the gap between young people and policymakers to influence change at that decision-making level.
Wendy Wallace, U Report lead ambassador to Dominica, speaking during an interview with the Department of Information on Friday, May 26, 2023. Wallace then explained the operations of U Report.
Polls are disseminated as long as young persons have been signed onto the platform. Polls are disseminated in the forms of surveys to allow young persons to actively voice their opinions on these issues. And then the results are then collated, analyzed, and sent to the relevant stakeholders, whether it be organizations or ministries in the relevant priority area of the poll. And then these policies and programs are then actioned. I think one of the beautiful things about the U-Report platform is that we follow up. We ensure that these policymakers are actually doing what it is that young people say they need.
U Report lead ambassador to St. Kitts, Darren Connor, was also present during the interview. He noted the reason for the relaunch of U Report OECS.
We've realized that there is a dying need, a strengthened need in persons, and they've been crying out for persons to hear them, not only hear them and carry on with their journey, but really make a difference, to put forth these informations to our policymakers, as to my colleague would have stated, through surveys, little interviews, and we also have our ambassadors, our country ambassadors, that anyone can stop at any point in time and say, well, hey, I have an issue that I've been facing for far too long, and I really need someone to hear my voice. And so we have stepped in and created what persons have been crying for. They've been crying for data, they've been crying for policies that reflect them. And so we, as you reporters, believe that is a cause worth fighting for.
Interested persons can sign up for U Report OECS by logging on to their social media pages, including Instagram and Facebook, and sending the word join in a private message or WhatsApp message, the word join, to 1758 287 2124. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, will observe its 42nd anniversary on June 18, 2023, under the theme Vision, Integration, Sustainability, Progress. In commemoration of this milestone, the OECS Commission will celebrate with a calendar of activities throughout the month of June. The 42nd anniversary celebrations will highlight the achievements, progress, and aspirations of the OECS and will also recognize the commitment and dedication of its 11 member states, as well as its partners and stakeholders. The calendar of activities is aimed at ensuring that every OECS citizen has the opportunity to get involved. The highlight of the month of celebration is the hosting of the 73rd meeting of the OECS Authority in St. Kitts and Nevis from June 18th to 19th, 2023. Other notable activities in the Twin Island Federation include the OECS in the Classroom School Tour from June 13th to 16th and the OECS Fun Walk on June 17th. Citizens across all OECS member states will get the opportunity to join in the celebrations on OECS Colors Day, slated for June 16th, where they will show their pride and support for the OECS integration movement by donning the OECS colors of green, yellow, white, and navy blue. Young people across the region will also get in on the act by participating in a knowledge-based poll about the OECS via the U Report platform on June 14th. The anniversary celebrations will culminate with a Thanksgiving service at the Good Shepherd Catholic Church in Castries, St. Lucia on June 25th. The OECS Commission extends a warm invitation to the general public, organizations, and stakeholders, both within and beyond the OECS region, to join in the activities as we celebrate our shared values and aspirations. For further information and updates on the 42nd anniversary celebrations, please visit the official anniversary website www.oecs.int/en/oecs42 or email media@oecs.int. Follow us on social media for all the latest updates and join the conversation using the official hashtag OECS42 or hashtag OECSDay.